Good morning, Metaverse. I'm Thor with the Red Hand, and I've got a tool that I put together for you. We're going to walk through it. I call it my shopping list. This helps me pick the goals and know what type of resources I'm going to need in order to craft whatever ship or CSS land hab that I want to go for. Having a clear idea of the resources you need gives you a good idea and helps you strategize where you're going to be sending your fleets. So let's dive in and take a look at this. It's a spreadsheet. And I've actually been working with the people at the Mafia, the parent guild of the Red Hand, and they've been helping put together a website, so it'll be a little bit cleaner and a little bit easier to use and utilize. So that will be coming in the near future. But let's take a look at the spreadsheet so you at least have an idea of what this tool is and could be to help you out with playing Stage Labs. Okay, so we have this spreadsheet here. We have a bunch of numbers floating around, and it's really nice for people that like that kind of stuff. So what I have is all the resources, all the components here in the crafting grid that they gave us as the crafting path, the visual aid. It's built off of that, and so it has all the items. Over on the left side here, or the right side here, I actually have a list of all the ships and land habs that you can craft and what the crafting recipes are. Okay, so it's drawing the numbers straight from those recipes. And then it has all that broken down from the most complex components, breaking it down into the different levels down to the raw material and what that total raw material you would need in order to get all the way through the crafting tree. Okay, so that's the math that's behind this. And the way I use this tool is one, I'm going to put in a number here at this yellow box, and this one is correlates with these different numbers over the columns, and each of those columns have a different ship name above it. And so if I wanted to look and see what the Mamba X requires as far as crafting, I'm going to go and put in the number 8 because Mamba X has the number 8. So I'm going to type in 8, and it propagates all of the resources that I'm going to need in order to craft that ultimately. Over here on the right side, you can reference back to the actual final products that are required. Okay, and then I look at this raw resource portion of it because I like to know the total amount of a raw resource I need to mine before I start pushing it through the crafting tree. Otherwise, you get a little bit of this, a little bit that, and you craft components together, and it's just floating around. It's very unorganized doing it that way. I like to keep it nice and organized, and this is a tool that's really helped me out. And so we see that fraction crystals, so your Arco, your Reconol, diamonds, whatever faction you're in, you're going to have 85,600 of those faction crystals required, and ultimately that's going to go to your crystal lattice. Okay, so crystal lattice is going to be 442,800. And so that breaks down nicely, and then you have the hydrogen, which also goes to that. But the hydrogen is also part of the hydrocarbons, for example, which then breaks into a lot of other different components. And so to be able to do all those calculations on your calculator, it actually takes a lot of time. And so using this as a shortcut to do those calculations for you is extremely helpful. And the way you would do that is I come back over here to these columns here, and it says require, okay, and that's to reference the ultimate amounts of different complex components to put together. It has your needs, and that has everything, the raw resources as well as the intermediary components that you need to put together. and craft. And then you have the column that is have. And this is where you would put in the amount of resources that you have of any of these given resources. So let's say I was mining carbon, and there's 23 million carbon that need to be mined. Let's say I can mine about 300,000, which actually right now is what I'm doing. I'm mining carbon in Sage Labs, and so I'll get about 299 146. So let's put that in. Make that a realistic example. 299 146. I put that in, so it changes with the number in the need column. And when I come back over here, my carbon number has changed from 23 million to 22,726. Okay, so that's when I mined a raw resource, I have it. Well, what if I have a bunch of leftover components and I'm not sure how much I actually need? So let's say I have 2,000 energy substrate. Okay, sounds like a good deal. And maybe I bought 500,000 graphene. One more. 500,000. Oh no, too many. 500,000 graphene. Okay, so that now reduces that portion. And then let's say we have 25 polymer. Why not? We just had a couple left over. Well, that automatically propagates all the numbers into our equation and our calculator, so that I can go through and look either on this part of the graph, or in the column under your need column, and see exactly how much more we need to get. Okay, so carbon, for example, I'm going to need 20,176,000 more. So I know that I've got quite a bit more of my resources to mine. And so I'm going to continue with collecting that carbon and mine that area. I can also go on to the marketplace and purchase those items, and you know exactly how much you need to buy of that, so you're not buying extra and having to have surplus when that's really not needed. And so using that tool makes it a lot easier for me to focus on the things that I need to get done in order to mine, craft, and combine these things as efficiently as possible. And efficiency is the name of the game at the moment. And so, yeah, putting these tools together has been a lot of fun. It's the tools that I use for myself, and I think the more people that have these tools and makes the game a little bit simpler, a little bit more focused on your strategy of ship management, and not so much about all the math that goes into into really figuring these things out. I think the more fun it becomes. So hopefully that was helpful, and don't worry about liking or subscribing. If you find it helpful, then share it with somebody so that they can watch it and share it with somebody else. And if you can do that, then today was a good day. Now get out of here. I gotta play Sage Labs.